Hello there, Glen here, and I'm here to help you today with a little known but highly effective way of not only overcoming uncertainty, but of completely defeating it, of eradicating it. Now that's a big statement, I know, especially given pretty much everything is uncertain right now. And this is not your garden variety uncertainty we're dealing with right now, is it? It's extreme uncertainty, and it has been for the last 2 years. And now for most entrepreneurs, in fact everybody, this has been a disaster, especially small business owners, because most of us have all been brought up to seek certainty in everything, to have a high level of predictability, to be in control, to be calm, and to be comfortable. Now, in many respects, we have not taken full responsibility to know and understand uncertainty in our lives and how to deal with it effectively. Now, I know, because I'll put my hand up, I was one of those people. So the first thing to realize is that you have to step up and take responsibility for your business and your life. It just must be you, because there is just no white knight, no saviour coming, and that includes the government. I think we all know that. Because the fact is, if you don't take responsibility and stay on the easy path, the comfortable mindset of hoping that we'll all be okay, we'll get back to normal, then you will not be prepared. You will not have the capability of weathering an even bigger storm that's coming. And I don't want to be negative. I am actually a very optimistic guy, but it will get a little worse before it gets better. Now, the other thing to note is it's never too late to begin. The time is right now. So let's get to how you can do that. And so I want to begin this by stating the obvious. Change is standard. And because change is standard, uncertainty is standard. It is just the way life is. So right now, change, even more so, is more dynamic and unpredictable than ever before. It's impossible to keep up with the level of change and to fully understand it. And in the last 2 years in particular, pretty much everything we knew, trusted and felt comfortable and safe with has been comprehensively collapsing. And of course, the result is unprecedented levels of chaos, confusion, complexity and fear. Now, many lives are being devastated, and that is unpleasant. We're going to do something about that today. And while it's safe to say chaos and complexity will continue, you really want to avoid at all costs the confusion and the fear components, especially fear, because that low vibrational emotional state of being in fear has you operating through your primal or your reptilian brain. And that's where it's all about safety and protection, or fight, freeze, and flight. And when you're in that brain, when you're there, your prefrontal cortex effectively shuts down, which means you lose the ability to think clearly, to reason, to be creative and imaginative, to effectively make plans and solve problems. Now, most people get stuck not knowing what to do because they're in fear, and that creates significant stress, anxiety, and depression. Now, for any entrepreneur, business owner, or leader, this is absolutely the worst place to be. So now, let's get to the good news. I'm going to show you a profound way to not only get out of fear, but to take back control so that you can navigate your way through this extreme uncertainty and even thrive in it. So let me begin by setting the scene with two big truths. First, everything external to you cannot be controlled and accordingly is uncertain. And the second truth is you cannot possibly manage or overcome external uncertainty with internal uncertainty. Okay, let's get to the first point first. And this centers on the long-held illusion that we can control everything or even anything external to us. Well, no, the fact is that's not true. You can't. So let me ask you, when was the last time you controlled, say, the government? You controlled time. You controlled the economy, the value of the dollar, or inflation, or you controlled another person. Now, in fact, pick anything external and ask yourself if you have successfully controlled it without using things like incentives, force of will, or even coercion. And when you did control things in that way, it's highly likely that the results were less than positive or even sustainable. Plus, I'll bet you didn't even feel good doing it that way anyway. Yet interestingly, our ego compels us to keep trying to control everything, regardless of how futile it is and how frustrating and angry it makes us feel when we inevitably don't succeed. So let's just face it. Let's face this truth, this reality. Continuing to try and control everything external leads to a life of struggle, conflict, frustration, disappointment, and resentment. Now, I'm sure we've all had enough of that, so it's time to move on. And now for the second point, which is you cannot manage or overcome external uncertainty with internal uncertainty. You know, one of my favourite philosophers, Marcus Aurelius, once said, "You only have power over your mind, not outside events. Realise this and you will find your strength." Now, I mention this because I also know neuroscientists and psychologists agree this is a fact. So if you do have power over your own mind, then you have control over your own mind. And that means that you can be certain of it. In fact, it's the only universal thing that you can be certain of, that you can control, and that you need to know and understand. Now that is internal certainty. But to have the power over your mind means you need to be in complete control of your thoughts, words, emotions, actions, and beliefs. And ideally, you will want to do that in a way that is in tune with your higher self, your higher potential. But we also know that that's not the case, is it, with most people? Most people are not in control of their mind at all. And if they feel they are, then in most cases, it's not in tune with their true higher self. Now, the reality is most people are totally confused about not only about themselves, but about how the world really works. And that's the perfect recipe for massive uncertainty and failure. So the key starting point here is that, and this is really important to remember and to know, is to first get clarity and focus of your true higher self. But as I mentioned, that's not the case with most people. Most people don't know who they really are and why they're here. They don't know their true reason for being, their true purpose in life. How do I know this? Well, research verifies it. 2 independent studies in the US and the UK revealed 90% of all people stated that they felt empty, separated from society, energetically drained, and pessimistic about the future. Now, that's 9 out of 10 people that are aware that they are leading purposeless lives that have no meaning. And so it stands to reason that if you are in a state of internal uncertainty, like those 90%, then our chances of managing and overcoming external uncertainty are next to zero. Now, logic dictates then that the first thing we need to do is get internal certainty, get control of our mind in a way that reflects our true higher self and purpose. And that means knowing who you really are and why you're here, your true higher vision, purpose, and identity. Now, that's the first bit of real education that needs to be taken on. And so I have to say it's the most important education you'll ever do. Because when you know your true higher self or your personal brand, only then will you be equipped to not only manage uncertainty, but manage everything. But now I've got even better news for you on this topic of uncertainty. I'm going to share how you can turn uncertainty into certainty. And to do that, I'm going to use a little bit of quantum physics here. Don't worry about it, I'll make it simple. Now, this quantum physics, this irrefutable new science, has proven that absolutely everything is energy, and that like energy attracts like energy. So think about this for a minute. If you control your own mind as your true higher self, your real self, then you control your thoughts, words, feelings, behavior, and beliefs, all of which is your vibrational energy. And when you control your mind in this way, you control your energy and your experiences and your reality. Because remember, like energy attracts like energy. So that means by controlling your own energy as the best version of yourself, you also control the energy you attract, the energy external to you. And you control it in a way that is a direct reflection of you and your intentions. So what I'm saying here is a very big insight, right? It's huge, and it's something almost nobody knows and fewer practice in the right way. So let me go over it again, because you really need to be clear about this. When you take control of your mind, you master your energetic vibration, and you do that in a way that is in tune with your true higher self and intentions. You will attract that to you. Now, quantum physics has proven this. And when you do that, when you master your energy, you master literally everything. You master uncertainty. You turn uncertainty into certainty. In fact, you eliminate uncertainty altogether. Extraordinary, right? So how do you go about doing that? Well, you need to start by getting control over your own mind first. And you need to do that in a way that reflects your true higher self, your real, authentic personal brand. And that's where I can help you, because that is my specialty. Now, I've been helping entrepreneurial leaders like you for over 15 years to get internal certainty, or I should say unwavering internal certainty, to master their own experiences and their reality through the discovery of their authentic vision, purpose, and unique identity, their personal brand. Now, I'm using my unrivaled BSI Method and one-on-one coaching to make that happen. And the transformations I'm witnessing are absolutely awe-inspiring. Time and time again, I'm seeing entrepreneurs get real clarity and focus in their business and in their personal lives. I'm seeing them overcome fears. I'm seeing them overcome limiting beliefs and confidently and successfully expressing and achieving their vision, purpose, and goals fearlessly, with ease and grace. I'm seeing them magically attract people and opportunities because that's what they passionately intend, and that's what they diligently work towards. I'm seeing them inspiring themselves and others in ways that are truly amazing. I'm seeing them rise up and be free to live and work with meaning, fulfillment, joy, and prosperity like very few others do. Now that's success flow, and that's how you overcome uncertainty. In fact, it's the only way. So if this resonates with you, then I'm offering you a no-cost one-on-one strategy session with me personally to explain my method and how it will work in your specific circumstances. So please, to do that, just check the description below and you'll find out how to make that happen. Now, I know from the great many entrepreneurs and business owners I've worked with, when they do this work, it's like the light goes on. Clarity and focus and effective action dissipates chaos, confusion, uncertainty, and fear. It's a truly beautiful and magical thing, and something I can help you to achieve. Okay, now I really would appreciate if you subscribe to my channel, and better share this video with everyone you know that is finding it really hard to deal with the extreme uncertainty in every aspect of their lives right now. Also remember, every week I'll be sharing more insights in new videos on subjects that I know will help you to be a better entrepreneur, a better leader, to run a better and more profitable business. So please keep a lookout for those. And more importantly, I look forward to meeting you, to working with you if you so choose. Until then, remember that the only way to successfully manage external uncertainty is with unwavering internal certainty, with the true higher version of you, the real you, the authentic you. And that I can help you with. It would be my absolute pleasure. Okay, bye for now.